Welcome to the ride with Wild Wayne Cartwright, an exciting thrill ride through the wonderful world of HBCU athletics. Before our trip begins, let's set a few ground rules. First, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Second, hit the like button. Third, please be sure to tell someone else about this show. Now that we've got these things out of the way, it's time for our journey to begin. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your ride.
What up, good people?
What's good? What's good? We back for another one. They had to know we was coming back. They had to know we was coming back. They had to know we was coming back.
They had to know that we was gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep us knuckleheads off the air together,
Can't
man.
do it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Gee, my boy, man, what's happening? How you living, man?
Been pretty good, man. Rough weekend for me. Fun weekend for the Swac'n overall. But kind of the smile you see, I've been telling her this is really a fake smile this week for me. So when you see me smiling, it's really a fake smile. I ain't got much to smile about, but it was a fun week this week. So we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it, man. So we go, hey, look, there's some folks coming up in here talking about they got something to say. Look, he already said I got something to say. We ain't even get ready.
We ain't got started yet. We ain't got started yet.
I got something to say. Hey, man, so listen, y'all. So I like to just welcome everybody once again, man. Just the ride, brother. This is a wonderful, wild ride through HBCU athletics. We got a nice show for you tonight. We got a couple guests that are gonna be coming on and joining us, and obviously, some of y'all, your teams won, some of your teams didn't. So, participate in the comments early and often. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure that you subscribe not only to this YouTube channel, but also to my boy's YouTube channel. Yeah. So we make sure that we keep this thing rocking and rolling because HBCU content is in full effect and better than ever. All right. So now that we got all that stuff out the way, let's kind of, let's get on into the little bit of the recap of week number 3, everybody.
Let's do it.
So all right. So G, shout out to Valley. Shout out to Valley.
Wayne, Valley kind of had me. They played Lamar tough last week. So I came into this like, okay, maybe Valley might can pull this off because Prairie State, they didn't look great. So I'm like, okay, maybe Valley can pull this off, but I gotta stop. I gotta stop letting Valley bring me down. I said before the year started, I said I'm not taking Valley for that, and then I turned right around and be like, maybe Valley this week. And look what they do. 59-8, blowout, bad game. It looked like a money game.
Hey, yeah, Valley scored. Is that the only thing that they can celebrate?
That's it.
Hey, I said something about them, this week when I had them predictions. I said, at the top of the year, I said, y'all gonna have all these uniform combinations. Y'all gonna look real good every single week losing. I said, first week it was the white pants. Second week it was the red pants. Last night they rolled out them green pants.
All the combinations is take L's.
He said they got a very winnable game this week coming up against Nichols.
Yeah. I don't know which Nichols you talking about, my guy. But
Nichols.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be pretty. I'll just say that. That one ain't gonna be pretty.
Well, with Valley, man, I love this. Valley done lost in every color. But with Valley, man, I know that they went with Tajarian, then they had Sisk.
Yeah.
And we thought that things were kind of getting better. Defensively, they forced a lot of turnovers against Lamar. Yep. And kept it close. But last night, man, this was over from the start, man. So what do you think Valley needs to do, man, to establish something, just some kind of hope, man?
I think the first thing they got to do is find an identity. I don't think they have an offensive identity. I think that's first. I would say if trying to come up like that, you have to have a solid defense. Have to have a solid defense up front in the interior up front on the D line. They just don't have it. They just don't have it. So I don't know what to tell Valley at this point. I feel like we done tried everything with Old Valley. I don't know what to tell Valley. We done tried everything.
Well, here's the burning question, man. Do they win a game this year?
Starting to look bleak. It ain't looking good right now, bro.
Not even UAPB?
Nah. I was kind of impressed with the offense, Tony Hull running down there at UAPB. I've been kind of impressed with the way they've been putting up points. So at least I feel like they have an identity down there at UAPB, but Valley, I don't know. Is it time to go D2? I see somebody come in. Is it time to go D2?
Yeah, they said D2. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can they keep up D2? You know what I'm saying? Like Delta State then gave them the business a couple times.
Yeah. Delta State then whooped them. Yeah.
Man, well, shout out to Valley. Next week they'll go against Nichols. We'll see a different color for sure.
Good luck.
Maybe they need to switch to the green helmets. All right, Bethune-Cookman, man, went on up to Michigan.
Yeah,
man, and they had only scored 5 points in the first 2 games, and they bust out and scored 31.
Yeah.
So even though they didn't get this win, man, what you think about Bethune-Cookman?
I thought it was good for them, like you said, to score some points after them not scoring that much. I think that's the biggest question mark for them is the offense. So I thought it was good for them to go out there and show the ability to score some points. But other than that, they got boat race. Defense didn't really hold up like I thought they would. But it was good to see them score some points.
Yeah. And I think at quarterback, one of the things, because they had that musical chairs at quarterback, that's a theme of this league. We definitely going to talk about that a little bit here coming up. But, they had the musical chairs at quarterback last year, and it appears that they've settled on your boy that's pictured right here.
Yeah.
He looked like he had a pretty good command of the offense. Mm-hmm. They were able to sustain some drives. I think that, I know that Western Michigan, that they weren't very good coming in. They went and they played Wisconsin first week. In Wisconsin, you saw what happened to them yesterday.
Right.
And then they came here to Columbus and got whooped and waxed by Ohio State. So, I thought that Bethune, they did what they needed to do, establish some confidence because, they got Clark Atlanta next week. And I think they'll get on the board with that. And then they got Alabama State coming down there. So,
yeah.
I think this is good stuff for them. I think that perhaps they have established some confidence when some of us, after the way they looked against Mercer, was like, oh boy, this might be same old Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah. But like you said, I think they found their quarterback Ransom. He was able to run for 44 yards and throw for over 100. So it was something to take out of that game that hopefully they can build on it offensively because I think the defense will be stout.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we get to this game, and I'm going to welcome in at this time none other than Lionel, Mr. TV versus everybody.
There he is.
Showing out with the Saints hat on.
Oh, yeah, showing out.
I'm just saying, so I know we got a lot of different people in Alabama and Louisiana and Mississippi and Texas. So I just wanted to say, how about them Saints? How about them Saints?
Hey, talk your noise, man. Talk it. Because I'm sure some Cowboy fans in here that's like trying to tell you to shut up right now. But you talk your noise, bruh.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna be a little calmer on them. It's only 2 weeks in because they known to disappoint me. So, but up to this point, all right, we doing what we're supposed to do. So,
yeah, I got you, brother. Well, you look at it on the screen, man. Hey, you talk about it in your words, man.
Well, for me, hey, listen, at the end of the day, 40-0, Big Ten win. I don't feel like we got the Big Ten check though. I need the check to be a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying? For these 40 points, you know what I'm saying? We giving up. But at the end of the day, right? I'm 40-0. I'm like, I wish we would have scored, obviously, right? You know what I mean? Like we obviously had opportunities to score. We definitely moved the ball down the field, right? but we just didn't put the ball in the end zone, and we didn't, we had a field goal try for 37 yards, and we first missed of the year. Actually, I think he was 6 for 6 or 7 for 7 on the year so far with a 54-yarder, and he decided to miss this one, right? You know what I'm saying? So wish it was 40-3 or 40-10. Would have been a lot better. But overall, I'm like, hey, man, the defense in the second half definitely played a lot better. They moved the ball on us, but we locked down, made them, 3 field goals in a row, right, in the third and the fourth quarter before the last touchdown. So overall, I still think, just like I said with the last game before, there's a lot of things that I look at and say, okay, there's some things that I'm seeing that are there that we need to improve on. But I like that this team fought, right? That's the one thing I looked at this year versus last year. Last year, we didn't fight at all in our FBS game, right? I mean, it's like we went in just laying down, right? Whereas this game, I looked and say, man, the team fought right. We fought hard. We didn't win the game, obviously, right? But that's what I want to see. I want to see that effort. So,
yeah, and the part that really got me, man, was when y'all was driving at the end of the first half, and then that pick six.
Yeah, you got to learn to throw that one away.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You got to learn to throw that one away. That's another field goal try. And that's what I said on the show the other day. It was like, hey, if we score twice, right? Because even if you score 1 touchdown, that's one thing, right? It's like it could be a fluke play, etc. But if you can move the ball down the field at least 2 times to show, man, you can move the ball, and even if it's 2 field goals, it's like that just shows that okay, your offense has something they can work with, something they can work on, right? And so we, even though we, like I say, we missed the first field goal, I'm looking at the totality of the game, obviously, right? So I'm like, okay, good. We got in a field goal range. She missed the field goal. It is what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? That was another opportunity. I think we was on I want to say the 32-yard line or something like that on that third down. So if you just throw that ball away, that's, again, another opportunity for a field goal. That's within his range. So we give him another shot, right? Again, that's to me is another – you're in scoring range, right? But you don't even give us a chance to get on the board when you kind of throw that. And it was just a really bad pass, to be honest, right? It was on the inside, wasn't even on the outside. My thing is just throw that ball away. You know what I'm saying? Just throw it away, give us a chance to get a field goal there.
Yeah, man. And here's a burning question for you, man. Tell us, how much was the check?
$500K. So to me, that's too low. I think it needs to be, man, these people making billions of dollars in the Big Ten. Do we understand that they making more than the SEC when it comes to the media deal, right? So to me, at least, it needs to be minimum 750, 800,000, somewhere in that range. To me, is what it needs to be, right, for it to make sense. But it is what it is. I know it was a last-second game, right? So it was a game that we kind of replaced University of Louisiana Lafayette. They, I guess, had a mix-up in their schedule, right? And so they ended up playing Wake Forest, I think. And so we kind of came on the Michigan State schedule. So I do understand it was kind of a last-minute, thing, but I still would have liked it to be more. Our AD had a connection with Michigan State because he played. I mean, he was a part of that athletic department a few years back. So that's how he was able to get the game. But now if they're able to show me like, hey, based on the money, we actually pocketed $475,000, then I'll be a little quieter, right? You know what I'm saying? But I know it costs money to go up there, right? You know what I mean? And to come back home. So I need a little bit more money. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man. They got a 7-year. They're in the second year of a 7-year, $7 billion TV deal with Fox, CBS, and NBC.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got the money for sure.
They got the bread.
I got a question for you, Lionel. I got a question.
Yeah.
Do y'all have a quarterback controversy if Lucas is able to get back healthy?
I think that's a good question. I mean, I think right now there's no controversy, right? Like Cam has essentially 3 more games to show. I mean, he got the most important games, or at least in the next spectrum, right? You know what I'm saying? Because Southern and Grambling, end of the day, if we don't do well against Southern and Grambling, then just wrap the season up anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he got the 2 that matter for the next 4 to 5 weeks, right? And so if he shows up in those games and get the job done, it's kind of like, what do you do, right? I feel like it's like to think about airing out on last year. I mean, you're gonna pull him. He playing well. He getting the wins against the teams. I mean, he got rhythm now. Nah, let him stay there right now. If he keeps again, right, giving the ball to the other team, which I end of the day, I'm saying, listen, all right, listen, get it all out your system, right? It's almost like you got your kid, right? Acting crazy before y'all about to leave the house or something. Like, listen, get it all out because we go to the store. Just know it's about to be trouble if you act like this. So I was like, listen, all right, we about to go to SWAC play now. All right, Michigan State, all that good. Listen, don't be throwing no more Big Sixes, okay? Like that's the last one for the season, my guy, right? You know what I mean? But no, I don't think it'll be a controversy if he does well in these next two games. He just got to make the plays in front of him at the end of the day, right? We got the playmakers. You don't got to be Superman, right? Turn the ball, hand the ball off, get the ball to the open man. Just make the plays that's right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And I think we be straight.
All right. So we'll get you out of here on this one. You guys are squaring off with Southern this week. And I know you got Southern Jag fans that are on here. So, say what you want, man, about the matchup. Preview it for us and then, kind of say how you feel.
Yeah, my bad. I was sweating a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. So, listen, the last few years of Southern's been interesting because the reality is, right, it's been back and forth. Southern comes to PV, they win, right? PV goes to Southern, we win. Ever since we opened the stadium, it's been a back and forth to where ain't nobody won at home, right? We got to end that this year, right? Like that got to end this year, you know what I mean? And KJ, he sent me this. I was like, man, what? I was like, oh, it's a vintage belt. It's 2009 KJ Black, you know what I'm saying? Edition. I was like, okay, this is nice. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to sport this one. So I'm like, all right, we got the vintage belt for this year. So it's going down, man. Listen, I think that I've already been saying I think Southern's gonna be having trouble this year, right? You know what I mean? I think we've seen this. Southern's having a little bit of trouble this last game. McNeese kind of maybe slowed us down a little bit because, like, hold on, okay, Southern, right? I think yesterday we saw some of the issues they still have. I think T said is going to be probably out now for a couple weeks, right? So they got to go with Noah Biden, right? And Mark Frederick does not want to throw the ball 40 times a game. That's the reality, right? So you got Rhymes there. So it's like right now you got Dylan. They haven't yet established the run, which is what they want to do. They want to establish the run. I know he wants to establish the run. We know him very well, right? You know what I'm saying? So to me, if it's a game that I'm looking at, if it's a game that you lose that you kind of got to look sideways, it's like, man, listen, you've been facing this gentleman for the last 4 years. If it's somebody who you should be ready for and prepared for from a defensive standpoint, it should be a Mark Frederick-led offense. Like, y'all been in the trenches with each other for a while now, right? You know what I'm saying? So you got to come prepared. Your team got to come prepared, not overlooking anybody. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think we're definitely going to seek to establish the run like we did in the Northwestern game. And I think that's going to open up the pass for us, right? I think that first game against TSU, we literally, I don't know why we didn't try to establish the run, right? Because even now, I feel like I don't even know yet if TSU can stop the run yet. I'm going to have to watch the Lamar game to see, like, really, do they have a D-line or not? Because we didn't even test the D-line, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think this game, we're going to do that, and that's going to open up the pass. And I think our defense is going to play really well. We have played well up to this point. I think people look at the box score, but don't necessarily look at the actual game itself. The actual game itself in Northwestern, our defense only gave up 17 points, right? You know what I'm saying? When I look at what they did against, again, I say even Texas Southern game, to be on the field as long as they were, Michigan State on the field, 80-plus pace, and how they played, I think they played extremely well, right? And so now being back in SWAC play, I think we have a real chance to see who they are, right, and what we are on that side of the ball. So I'm really excited, though, and I do think we're going to get the win. And listen, you just got to get the win on the next two games and just get out of there. That is what it is, right? This game, then got the State Fair Classic after. Got to get those wins, man, and keep building toward where you're trying to go to.
Well, that's what's up, my brother. And I know you got to get out of here. And, I'm going to catch up with you because, we got more future business together. So good luck this week against Southern, man. And, everybody going to see you out here in the space.
All right, no problem. I'll holler at y'all, man.
All right, bro.
I'm mad at G. He gonna find out why later, though. But I'm really mad. I'm so mad
at y'all square off later in the season.
I'm mad at this guy right now.
I pick SU to win this weekend, y'all.
That's not why I'm mad. I ain't mad.
Oh, not that.
I ain't mad at you for that because first of all, I already know you're wrong about that. Well, I ain't mad at you for making wrong decisions like that. I'm mad for the right decisions you made. We got our fantasy league out here. I ain't gonna reveal all the information. It's gonna come out in a couple days.
Okay.
I'm mad.
Okay.
I'm mad at G right now.
Okay.
I'm mad at G.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll holler at y'all. Thank you so much, Wayne.
Hey, bro.
Hey, anytime, my brother. All right. So let's keep it rolling. All right. So the next game we got to talk about here, is my team. And man, I ain't even gonna sit up here and lie to you, G. I was sitting on the couch, man. I was nervous as hell. First off, if anybody saw my 10 minutes this week, I talked about that defensive end from Georgetown that talked all that noise to me and guaranteed that they was gonna win. And true to form, I did send him a note this morning. I said, "You think I forgot?" I told him, I said, "Here on this video, I made you famous." But this game right here, people said, they said they were NAIA team. But the thing about this is an NAIA team, man, that they've won championships on that level. And last year they made it to the semifinals. And they were really confusing us with a lot of their shifts, a lot of their motion, a lot of different things, man. And this was a game that I'm glad we got a chance to play, but thankfully we won this game. And so with that, G, I want to bring in one of the stars of the game. Welcome, Cortez Andrews.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
How you doing?
Hey,
doing good.
Hey, man, we doing good, my brother. So, man, you had a big game last night, man. 2.5 sacks, 12 tackles, 1 pass breakup. Congrats on the win, but also just kind of bring a little bit more context for everybody that's out here, man. Talk about how that game was and just the experience.
Right. So for starters, man, like you were saying, man, the school we just played last night, credit to them, man. Good school, man. They played discipline. I know people thinking, oh, they at a lower level, man. Like you said, that's a good football team, man. Credit to their players, their coaches. They play hard, man. They did a good job of getting different personnels, a lot of different shifts that we had discussed in practice. Had a couple of miscues and things of that nature. But I want to credit that other team because they played good. I think going into this game, the biggest thing for us was we knew they shifted a lot. We knew that they were a good team. Like you said, they weren't trash, man. This is a team who used to winning culture, and they played like it, man. They played like it. And I think we as a team needed something like that. We needed to go through that. We needed to see those adversity happen. We needed to go through those things. So just want to credit to them, credit to my teammates, and I'm glad we was able to leave out with the W.
Yeah. G, you wanna go ahead and get in on here?
I had a question I want to ask for you. Who do you model your game after? This week here, from what I saw, you look like a big beast. So who do you model your game after?
Oh man, there's so many great players in the league, man. I love watching Roquan Smith. I like Fred Warner. Those are probably the two I'd like to say. Fred Warner's good in open space. Roquan Smith just comes downhill and hit anything that's moving. So those had to be the two linebackers. I say that. I try to watch every Sunday just to see the plays they make. And just understand how they lead, man. Just the communication they do. Obviously, things aren't perfect all the time. So just the leaders they are and the plays they make consistently. So I think those are two guys I try to model my game after.
Gotcha.
Yeah, now I know this week you guys make that trip up there to Tennessee to take on Austin P, man. What are your early thoughts about that game?
Oh, man, it's going to be a tough one, man. First and foremost, they're a really good football team. Just watching film on them recently, man, they're a good team. I know the record may not show it, but they're playing against some good people. Obviously, they're a little bigger level, so the guys are going to be a little more experienced. They have a lot of transfers, a lot of guys who played college football for a long time. Good coaching staff, man. So I would say the biggest thing for this week is being on the same page, communication, cleaning up the little small mistakes. That's the biggest thing that I would say I want to improve on, and us as a defense to improve on, is just being on the same page. And I want to pride myself on getting everybody lined up right, making sure we're all on the same call. But that's the biggest thing I say for this game is just playing free, man. Playing free, having fun, and being on the same page. I think you only get so many opportunities to play certain opponents. You get an opportunity to play Auburn. You're not going to probably play them again. You get an opportunity to play Austin Peay. These are the games, man, you just want to play free, man, and have fun and just know that you want to be able to rise up to the occasion and play up to the competition. Just play your game. So that's something I say. Just be on the same page, playing free, and no miscommunications.
Yeah. And then I know the following week, I know we get into SWAC play. And you being from Tallahassee, man, going down there to play FAMU. I mean, I don't want to get too, I know that Austin P is the next game.
Right.
But man, talk about how much family do you expect to have in attendance for that?
I've already asked 3 or 4 teammates, can I get their 4 tickets for the game? So it's gonna be my grandma's, granddad, aunties, uncles, cousins, homeboys, homegirls. So a lot, man. That's like I said, that's my home city, man. Born and raised there. A lot of my homies, I'm playing against them on that team, and FAMU been the standard in HBCU for a while now, man. They really good team, been very consistent, man. So I'm excited to play in my home city and play against my homies and play in front of my family. So I can't wait for that game, man. I've been having that circle for a long time, man. So I'm ready for that one.
Yeah, man. And and I'll get you out of here on this one, man. I know that at A&M we got a new defensive coordinator. We know that there was a lot of new personnel over there on that side. Talk about how the defense is coming together, and shout out a few of the teammates, man, that folks might not be aware of.
First of all, let me shout out to my whole defense. From the D-line, you can start with Dorian Wesley, JT Ellis, a lot of other guys who stepping up in our room. Those are some of my D-linemen up front. But the whole defense, man, and credit to my whole teammates. I want to make a lot of those plays if they weren't doing their job. So I want to give all of them credit. The DBs, but I don't get those sacks. They're not covering their guys, so credit to them. But Coach Howard, man, new guy, Coach Howard, man, that's my guy, man. He came in here January, and me and him has really been a relationship, man. He's a very good guy, man. The moment he came in, he told me what he wanted to do. He trusts me a lot with the defense, and he just put the keys in my hand, man. So I would say he put so much time into the week. Like when I say so much time, I'm telling you, I'll probably meet with him 2 hours. We watching film. We're gonna meet again. He texts me, hey Ted, anything that you see that you want to do, things that you think we can do be better at, things that you want to think that we can do to implement better plays. So I think the coaches, and not even just he's the defense coordinator, but all the coaches on the defensive side of the ball, man, care so much about everything. And it's a new system, man. A lot of guys on our roster this year hasn't played a lot of football. We don't have a lot of guys who played a lot of experienced football. So with a guy like him coming in here who's been at a lot of different places and has success, it takes a little while to build that culture and understanding that system, because a lot of stuff we do based on personnel. So if they come out in this personnel, we're gonna do this. If they come out in this, we're gonna do this. And you gotta have a high IQ of the game to be able to identify formations, identify personnel. But I think I really, really, really like my defensive coordinator, man. He puts a lot of time in. He puts a lot of effort in, man. So shout out to Coach Howard and all the defensive coaches.
Well, that's what's up, man. And yeah, man.
Hey, man, you very well spoken, bro. So keep on advocating for your Bulldogs, bro. Very well spoken. So it was nice talking to you today, bro.
For sure, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. And yeah, man, go Bulldogs.
Yeah, best of luck to you guys, man, this week going up to Austin P, man. Thanks for taking the time, man. We'll talk.
Y'all have a good night, man.
All right. You too. All right, Ella Cortez. All right, G. So let's keep it rolling, y'all. All right, next one, we talking about the Southern Heritage Classic, man. Hey, UAPB, they went up there to Memphis and took on Tennessee State. What's your thoughts, man?
UAPB kind of kept it closer than I expected them to. Earlier it was a little close. Tennessee State kind of pulled away, but UAPB was able to put up some points. And looking at it on the west side, on the west side in the SWAC, points are coming at a premium. So I thought the UAPB they shocked me and looked pretty good offensively. I think they have an identity. The quarterback looked nice, so I'm liking what Tony Hull doing down there. But they just didn't have enough to beat Tennessee State, who's kind of starting to find their way a little bit. They didn't have enough to beat Tennessee State, but UAPB actually it was a presence of surprise in this game to me.
Yeah, Tennessee State, they got off to a pretty solid lead, man. And then, UAPB, credit to them, man, because as you and I, we've always said, that Coach Hampton, man, he get those guys to play hard all the time. It don't matter if they up by a lot or down by a lot most of the time. But he get those guys to play hard. And what this game showed me, man, is that over there in the West, UAPB, man, hey, you sleep on them, man, they might come up and bite somebody.
Yep.
They just might, because we saw that evidence last year at the end when they they were down 34-7 at Texas Southern, and they came all the way back and won. So this was a good game for them, even though they lost. But shout out to Tennessee State for getting that done. Okay, now we get into the next one here, man.
Woo!
Your team, the Big Bad Braves of Alcorn, man. Let's hear about it, man. This is your floor.
We wasn't big and bad, and I love my Big Bad Braves. I love my head coach, but I gotta call him out. I thought it was a piss poor performance, offensively in the first half, which is lackadaisical. We had over 200 yards in penalties, turning the ball over, just being lackadaisical. We struggled to pass the ball. We were really good running the ball, which we knew coming into this game, but passing the ball was really, really bad. Our quarterback, he wasn't accurate, and I think they got a lot to do with just timing with his receivers, and they need to be standing out the practice doing some pitching and catching, because he was either too long or too short. I thought the play calling could have been slightly a little better. But overall, they got it better in the second half, but first half, we was up 10-0 at halftime, and I was not impressed, and we got to be better than that, and I think we will, but this was a bad showing playing out in the competition. We got to find a way to pass the ball, because we ain't gonna be able to win nothing like that if we can't pass the ball. So I think we have the playmakers to do it. But because we missed a couple wide open touchdowns that would have put this game away real early. I'm talking about we had a real route to the tight end that was wide open. He just overthrew the man. Come back, another one wide open, overthrow him, or underthrow him, and then it's like, man. So then once the momentum swings, it's 10-0 going into halftime, and I am livid. I am livid. We come out in the second half and we kind of did what we were supposed to do, but I want to see us play 40 minutes like that. And just put the game away. Defense did pretty good. Probably should have been a shutout. They scored late, so defense did pretty good. I want to see them wrap the ball up better. But they broke some tackles, and they had some penalties too. So it just was a sloppy game of football. But hopefully it's the wake up call we needed, because it ain't looking good right now. So I gotta hold my Big Bad Braves accountable, and I ain't happy with them right now. So I've been fake smiling since the game been over.
So let me ask you, man. Because I got a few questions to go with this here. All right, I'll start with quarterback, man. All right, out of the guys who have been under center so far, like, who do you think moves the team the best, or has the potential?
I think the best guy is 15, Xavier Vaughn, in my opinion. Now, our fan base is 100%. A lot of them are 100% opposite. They feel like Macon can move the ball better. I just don't know if Macon gives us that passing threat that we actually need. And then with Vaughn, he hasn't been as accurate. I just feel like Vaughn if he can kind of settle down and kind of get his timing right with receivers, he'll be much better. So I feel Vaughn give us the best shot. But I think Mako, I would have played Mako more in this game. I would have liked to see him play more Tyler Macon. I would like to see him play a little bit more, just to see if we can kind of ground and pound with him and try to, we might have to go to a wing tee or something with Tyler Macon. But he's very dynamic, so I don't think you keep him off the field. But right now, in my opinion, I think Xavier Vaughn give us the best shot.
Okay, and then just amongst the whole fan base and everything, how would you assess Coach Thomas and his performance thus far? What do you think?
I just think it's really everybody's complaining about the quarterback. His quarterback.
Okay.
We knew coming in that Coach T had a lot of stuff to kind of culturally to kind of get right. And I think he has. It's just this quarterback. It's just his quarterback battle. I think everybody's kind of. A lot of people want more Mako. A lot of people want more Tyler Macon, and we got to figure it out on the quarterback side. If not, in my opinion, neither one of them can get it done. I say go with a freshman. I say go with a young guy and see if he can roll it out. So right now we ain't looking too great offensively, and I think that starts with the quarterback.
Okay, all right. And then I know you guys are going down to play McNeese, in a return match this week. Yeah. So what are your early thoughts on McNeese, man? I know we're gonna pick that game towards the end, but what are your early thoughts on McNeese?
We're gonna have to be able to run the ball. We're gonna have to be able to run the ball. And we're gonna have to be able to, well, honestly, we're gonna have to be able to pass the ball because I feel we will be able to run the ball, but we're gonna have to be able to pass it, which is why I feel Xavier Vaughn gives us the best shot because I think he's the best passer, but he hasn't been passing great. He hasn't been great. His timing has been off. I just think he's the best passer we have right now. But he gives us that threat. But we're gonna have to be able to pass it because I know they're gonna load the box, and I do think we will be able to run the ball because I love what our offensive line is doing. Love our running backs. But they gonna make them pass it, I think it'll be a low scoring game because I think our defense will be ready. They kind of ticked off because they missed a lot of stuff in the last game, so I think they'll be ready. I have no problem with the defense, 100%. They're gonna be ready. We're just gonna have to be able to pass the ball, and that's my only hold up right now.
Yeah, and this is
Shout out to Willie. Shout out to Willie.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, Willie. 5 years. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see, man. Well, I think it's important for y'all. I think what this week can do for you, this can be something that you guys can take a look at and see what it is that you have. I mean, if you want to try something, I think this will be the week to try because then you're getting ready to jump right into Swac'n play. And, y'all Swac'n schedule is among the brutal. So, but, man, it's good that y'all got on the board, though, at the end of the day. Y'all got to win. And it's something that you can work with.
Yeah, we got the dub. I just wanted to look better. I would have liked to see a little bit more Tyler making towards the end of that game. But hey, we gonna see how it go. I'm gonna trust my coaches. They ain't lied to me yet. Anything that they ain't lied to me yet. So I'm gonna trust them and see where it go.
All right. Next one. We'll get back into down there in Birmingham last night. Woo. The Hornets. When they still had their third string quarterback out there, they had I'm going to tell you something, man. This game right here, I watched a good chunk of this game. This game was hard hitting.
Yes.
I mean, very physical game. I mean, Samford got down the score that they took to, win the game on the game winning drive. They needed like 6 plays to get in from the 2-yard line, and that was aided by a penalty. And so shout out to Alabama State. That defense, we knew their defense was probably going to be the strength of their team early on, especially after Body got hurt and also O'Brien had a concussion. Yeah. And so I thought that their defense, it really showed and it stood up and it showed that they've got something that they can work with. But they've got some major issues at quarterback, obviously. They could not pass the ball at all. And in the first quarter, they were running the ball well. In fact, in certain spots, they were running the ball. But afterwards, Samford, they started to bow up and they said, we realized that they're one-dimensional. And they preyed on that and they rode that to the end in this game. So,
I think it's kind of tough because I think they're actually down to their fourth quarterback now. Zach Sims.
Yeah, fourth quarter. I said fourth guy.
I think they're down to their fourth one. Zach Sims. He's a freshman. He's a freshman. It sounds crazy, but he lost his starting job to 8th grade. He came from a big time high school in Alabama, but that's the kid who lost his starting job coming out of high school to 8th grader. Now he's a really good 8th grader now. The 8th grader, he's probably the best 8th grade in the country now. But
Thompson High School, man. That ain't no slouch program.
Yes, indeed. But they just couldn't pass the ball. I was actually impressed with defense to be able to keep this game close with a freshman quarterback like that, not letting the game get out of the way, and gave him a chance in the end just to still be in a fight. So shout out to their defense, but it's gonna be tough on them down to their fourth quarterback. That's gonna be really tough. So hopefully they find a way to either get one of those quarterbacks back or see if Zach Sims can grow up quick. But they're gonna have just kind of like Alcorn, they're gonna have to be able to throw the ball. They're gonna have to be able to throw it. And, that's gonna.
Somebody said Alabama State need to be on LinkedIn looking for a quarterback.
It's kind of tough. It ain't too many programs in the SWAC that can overcome being down to your fourth quarterback. A lot of us don't have one or two to be talking about your fourth string, So
you ain't lying.
Yeah, what I'm saying. So to be down to your fourth string and still fight like that in a close game against Samford, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, and he's saying, and somebody asked, is O'Brien out for the season? So, and here's the answer. It said this is like his 4th concussion. He might have to medically retire. Wow, that's news.
Dang.
Wow. Wow. Well, at in any event, man, they're getting ready to get into SWAC play. So what's important for them is just like a lot of our teams, man, you got to figure it out on offense because their defense is good, very good. And that's something that they can lean on. So, but also I want to add one more thing here to Alabama State here. This should be their second loss. This should be the first of 2 losses to a Bulldog team in the city of Birmingham this year.
Oh, you get started early.
Oh my gosh, man. All right, hey, let's get to all right, here you go, Grambling. Here you go. All you Grambling folks out there, Gram fam, this is your turn to pop your chest, man. This game right here, oh my gosh, man. You know what? I'm gonna let you take this one first, man. You talk about it.
I think Grambling made to pull out the win. I always like when we can go out of conference and get wins. So they was able to do it. We don't get many of them out of conference, so to go out there and do it, I think it was big to fight through and pull out that victory in overtime. I thought it was big, but I was kind of disappointed in Grambling. I was kind of disappointed with their run defense. They give a lot of rushing yards, and I was actually kind of disappointed with Miles Crowley. He actually got pulled in the game for a little while. He didn't have his best game, but they came back and got the W. So at the end, it's all that matter. But I was expecting them to be a little more dominant than this. I wanted to see because I don't think Texas A&M Commerce is too great of a program. So I thought if the G-men are going to be dominant like they say they are, what it is, return to greatness or whatever they say.
Yeah.
I think they should have went down there and really beat this team pretty good. So but they did come out with a win, so on the road. So I got to give them that.
It said run defense was bad and Dooley was up to his old ways.
Restore the order is what they say. Restore the order.
Restore the order.
I thought they should have went down there and restored the order by probably a 10, 14-point victory. They're not needing overtime. But hey, they came out of there with the win, so let's see.
Well, I'll say a couple things here. And in the first half, it was a shootout. I mean, it was a lot of points on the board in the first half. And in the second half, both defenses, you saw that there were some adjustments that were made and, defense kind of showed up a little bit more in the second half. And Grambling, they forced 6 turnovers and stopped Commerce 3 times on downs. Now, a couple times, Commerce, now I'm going to say this now, Commerce, y'all coaching got y'all to lose this game too, because a couple of them 4th downs, I'm sitting up there like, I don't know, man, what you doing? Like, they passed up a field goal attempt a couple times and I was like, okay. But shout out though, Grambling, you forced 6 turnovers. That's no slouch. Yeah. But then you mentioned about Crawley. Crawley, he struggled with his accuracy in this game. I mean, he was missing guys. And then there were some passes that he completed where it was some contested balls where I was like, wow, man, you trying to fit that ball into a window that don't exist. But, this is a type of win, though, for them and for the program that gives you a lot of confidence that could be moving forward. So, I applaud Grambling, getting it in and then, getting that interception to end the game, which was wild. I'm sitting up here thinking like, man, they could be playing for a while. And then Commerce throws the interception on the very first play to end the game. So, yeah. Shout out to Grambling.
Shout out to them. They went did it.
Yeah, and y'all got a big one next week that we'll be definitely talking about here before we get done. All right, now, everybody, let's talk about the big one in Jackson last night. All right, so, floor is yours here.
Them Jazz got took to the woodshed. They got physically dominated. They got literally physically dominated. Offensive line and defensive line. They just got whooped. They just got straight up whooped. I thought Jackson State looked really, really good. They just physically got whooped. They got physically. One of my question marks coming in was Jackson front 7, but Jackson front 7 looked really, really good. So they physically whooped Southern's offensive line. The offensive line, man, it was bad. Southern lost the starting quarterback, ZT said, who they were really big on off a sack where he rolled his ankle, so he may be out for a few weeks. Noah Biden was able to come in and throw the ball around a lot, but I think that works against what their offensive coordinator wants to do. He was able to throw it in late after Jackson was already just beating the hell out of him. So he was able to come in and kind of get some garbage time yards. But other than that, man, they got physically whooped. And shout out to Jackson. I thought it'd be a little closer. I was kind of disappointed in Southern's defense. I thought they'd be better on defensively, but they got whooped up front defensively. So that's scary in my opinion. I thought it'd be close to being a rivalry game. Sometimes these rivalry games, you can kind of throw the records out and stuff, and you see crazy stuff happen. But Jackson State came out early, went straight down the field on them, got 3, came back, went got another touchdown. So shout out to Jackson. I mean, they looking like a SWAC championship contender right now.
Yeah, I thought that I definitely echo your sentiments, man. They dominated this game in all 3 phases. I mean, even the special teams game, they dominated them in.
Yeah.
I think if you're a Southern Jag fan, you know, I don't know where you go here, man. 33-15, man, this could have been a lot worse than that. I mean, this could have been way worse than that. I mean, Jackson State, they left some meat on the bone to where this could have been like a 30 to 40 point win, to be honest. I think that in terms of the offense, though, for Jackson State, they came out again with McCoy at quarterback, and then they mixed in and they got Morgan going. I mean, they was able to do whatever they wanted to do. They wanted to run the ball, they ran the ball. They was able to throw. They threw the ball to Fortillion, man.
Yep.
And I had said a couple times, Fortillion, he looks like he's their guy at wide receiver. And you could tell from the beginning when they played Monroe and he caught that touchdown in the first game. So he looks like he's stepping up to be their guy at wide receiver. And also defensively, man, the way that they was rushing the pass. I mean, when T-Set was in the game, T-Set had to flush out that pocket every single time. I mean, it was just dominant. And so I think for Southern fans, I know a lot of y'all, you had a lot to say about your head coach. You had a lot to say about your staff. I don't know where y'all go, man, but the one silver lining I guess I can give y'all is that this was not a conference game. So, you lost to your rival, but at the end of the day, at least you can come away saying that this was a non-conference game. And whatever you have to pick up pieces from and regroup, you can definitely do that. But I don't know where they go from here, G.
Me either. I don't know where they go. It's tough. I think they have to humble themselves. I think they have to humble themselves and really be honest with themselves on what they is. I tried to tell them that last week after that win over Savannah State. They was all excited. We got our new quarterback. I'm like, y'all do this every year. They let you down every year. You do it to yourself every single year. At some point, you got to be real with where you at as a program and temper your expectations. At some point, you got to be real where you at and temper your expectations on what to expect. And I think they do it to themselves every year. But I don't know where they go. They got to do a better job of recruiting. I think they're in a hotbed of talent, and that's what scares me. Man, Southern is in a hotbed for talent, and they're not doing a good job of recruiting. They're just not coming out of in the spring. They had to take some walk-ons just so that their starting offensive line wouldn't play every snap. They had to fill in their roster. So I knew bringing in some offensive linemen late before the season like that wouldn't be good, and it showed. They just do not look good. So it's tough on the Bluff.
Look at that. Said what happened to Sutton the Standard?
I don't know why they started lying saying they were the standard. That's what messed them up. I don't know why they started lying saying they was the standard. That's just me. I don't know.
So what do you think about Graves, man? I know a lot of people didn't. A lot of their own folks didn't want Graves. I mean, do you think this is salvageable under him? I mean, what do you think, man?
I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think he's just really just a coach to get him over the hump. Well, just to get him there till they done paying for Dooley. That's just what I think. I think if I'm them, I'm playing my young players and try to go into developmental mode right now. Try to go in developmental mode because I just don't see Graves being the answer right now. I just don't see it. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they play it out. But I don't see Graves being the answer. And I can say this: I don't think no one on the staff is the answer. I just say that.
Wow, including your boy.
Yeah, I don't think he's the answer. They're just two different cultures. Don't fit his culture. Don't fit who he is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where Southern goes from here.
Yeah, well, we know Southern. We know that they're getting ready to take on PV, and we know Jackson State before they get into the conference part of their schedule. They got another non-conference matchup next week down in the hole, which I know we'll talk about here in a few. But I see a lot of the comments out there, and definitely keep them coming, y'all. In this game, I know that there was a whole lot of talk going on the whole week, and it was all funny and it was all educational at other points. I want to ask you, because he ain't on, but I definitely want you to talk about your counterpart, your boy J-Max, man. I mean, where is he at and how's he feeling, man? What was his comments?
I talked to him yesterday. He called me, and all he kept saying was, "Man, we getting cooked. Man, we getting cooked. Man, we getting cooked." But he said he gonna be here this week. He has some stuff to do. He a busy man, so he has some stuff to do today. But he told me he gonna be here. And he gonna take it on the chin. So he just kept saying, "Man, we getting cooked. Man, we getting cooked." So he told me he gonna be here. He gonna take it on the chin. So be on the lookout for him. He say he gonna be him in there. So they not too happy with what's going on right now. It's Southern. A lot of things going on right now. So, but they say they're gonna be here to tell their piece, and they're gonna take it on the chin. So look out for them soon.
Well, man, it is what it is. Hey, look, I done been through my share of losses. You done been through your share of losses.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, you think your team has got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we all done been through it. We all done been through it, and it's tough when you're going through it. It's funny from the outside looking in, but it's tough. It's tough when you're going through it. So, yeah, we'll see.
Said, tell J-Max he needs to know when and how to turn his live off. So everybody out here, we're gonna get on here into the next week. All right. Now, we got a full schedule of games again next week, everybody. And thankfully, this is really the last full week where we have some non-conference games. Yeah. And then following week after that, we'll get into full term, all Swac'n games. All right. Now, as y'all can see, this is our spread for this week. All right. So, G, start with the first one. Clark Atlanta and Bethune-Cookman.
I got Bethune-Cookman taking care of business at home against Clark Atlanta. I think the defense going to show up. I think the offense kind of got a little rhythm, was able to go score some points this week. So I think that'll help them out this week. Playing against Clark Atlanta, this will be that tune-up game that they need. Because I'm really high on Bethune-Cookman's defense. They were my sleeper team this year. So hopefully Bethune goes down. Well, Bethune, they're at home. So hopefully they shut them out early and keep make it keep Clark Atlanta out the end zone like I think they will. So I got Bethune-Cookman by maybe 14, 21 points.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is Bethune-Cookman's time to get on the board, get them a win. They got Alabama State coming down there, the following week. So based off of them getting 31 points on the board last night in Michigan, I think this is something that would be good for them. I don't expect them to completely murder Clark Atlanta, but I think that they should be able to get this thing done by a comfortable margin.
Yeah.
All right, Valley going to Nichols, man. What you got?
Ass whooping. Okay, this gonna be bad. I don't know which color they're gonna get beat in, but I'm high on Nichols. I came in a year high on Nichols, so I got Nichols pretty handily beating Mississippi Valley. Maybe about 40 plus points. I got Nichols really opening it up on Valley. They started off with 2 big games this year, so they got a lot to show, and I think they're gonna try to run it up on old Valley, on our little cousins Valley.
Yeah. Shout out to Valley. And shout out to you, Patrick. You my boy. You give me grief every week when I talk about your team, but I like this one right here. You said it for me. Valley jersey's gonna be blue by the end of the game. You right about that. It ain't gonna be too good. Thankfully for them, they don't have to go too far. too far away from home. It won't be that far of a ride to get back. All right. All right. We'll skip over Southern and Prairie View. And we'll come back to that one. Okay, Texas Southern going to Lamar.
I'm interested in this game. I think this game gonna be really interesting. I've been pleasantly surprised that Texas. I thought Chris Dishman has those guys ready to play. I like their starting quarterback KJ Cooper for Texas. I thought he played a really nice game. They didn't play too good at Rice last week, but we really didn't expect them to. And Lamar kind of pushed Valley a little bit, so I want to see if Texas Southern can do the same thing. I got Lamar with a W, getting a W, but I think Texas Southern make it interesting for a while. So I got Lamar by probably about 10.
Okay, now the thing about Lamar, I'll say about this. This can't be the Lamar that played Valley 2 weeks ago. That basically slept walk, made a bunch. I mean, they committed double-digit penalties, and they had 3 or 4 turnovers. You know, and they made that game to be a lot closer than what it should have. Texas Southern is coming off their bye week, so this is just something for them to, again, before they get back in the SWAC play, this is another one of those games that they need to try to use to develop some confidence. But I think if Lamar, if they are Lamar and do what they're supposed to do, I think they take care of this one by at least 21. All right. The next one, Central Arkansas going to Pine Bluff. What you got?
Yeah, I don't think this will be pretty. I actually like the game. I like that Arkansas Pine Bluff got Central Arkansas coming down there to play. I like them not being afraid of nice FCS opponents. I really like those type of games, but I don't think Arkansas Pine Bluff is near about ready yet. I do think they showed that they have a nice offensive scheme. Quarterback looks decent, and Tony Hull can move the ball, but I don't think they're ready for UCA yet. That's a top team in the FCS, and I don't think they're ready for that just yet. So I think UCA gets the job done by probably about 17.
Yeah, I agree. I think Pine Bluff. I think you guys are developing some things that you can possibly work with moving ahead. Play a good game here. They're not going to win, but just play a good game here. Continue to build that momentum. All right, we'll come back to that next game in a minute. But now, FAMU going down to Troy.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
I think that'll be an interesting game. I think FAMU can keep it close about a quarter and a half or something like that. I said it earlier on P. White show. I think FAMU can kind of keep it close early, but I just don't think in the trenches Florida A&M has enough for Daniel Richards to build them out, because I feel like Daniel Richards has been building them out a lot this year, but I don't think he'll be able to do that against Troy. I'm not too overly impressed with FAMU's defense line or offensive line to be able to keep them in this game. So I got Troy pulling away and getting the win like they're supposed to.
Okay, yeah. Troy, I don't think Troy is gonna beat FAMU by somebody said Troy by 40, Troy by a lot. I think FAMU, I think that they could play a game here. I think maybe they could keep it competitive for a half. I think that they'll lose by, I'll probably say by like 28. I think Troy, they still got a good piece of their team that's still there from when John Summerall left and went to Tulane. Yeah. So I think that they'll get this one done. All right. My boys going to play Austin Peay. What do you think?
Another good game that I like to see on the schedule. But I'm not sure A&M has enough right now. So I got Austin Peay winning it. But I want to see A&M go down there and just fight. Try to keep it close early and see what they can come up with. I think Austin Peay, they're beatable. I just don't know if Alabama A&M is ready just yet. So I got Austin Peay by like 17 to 20 points.
Yeah, I agree. When we played Austin Peay, we played them 2 years ago. They came to Huntsville. They beat us 28-3. I don't see it being like that much, but like you, I definitely think that they're going to beat us. They're going to beat us by a couple scores at least. I think one thing that I need to see in this game for us is, we've been having a little bit of that musical chairs at quarterback happen again. Yeah. Last night we came out with Langford at he did the first drive. Then we had Kawhi Brown, and then we had Avion Smith play the whole second half. And I'm at this point where I'm like, come on now, let's not start this again at musical chairs. So I want to see somebody take the reins at quarterback headed into FAMU the very next week as we start SWAC play. All right, your team going down there to Lake Charles, brother.
I think it's be a very ugly game. I think it'll be a very ugly game, low scoring game. I think both defense. I think our defense will be really good against their offense, and I think our offense is not that great going against a defense that's okay. So I think it'll be a very low scoring game. We're gonna be about penalties and who can. I think penalties and just who can take care of the ball. I thought Southern should have beat McNeese down there before they shot themselves in the foot. But I'm gonna go with my Braves going down to get a win by 3. I'm not too confident right now in either one of these two teams. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna use my bias and go with my Braves to go get a 3-point victory down in Lake Charles.
You know what? I'll take your Braves pick and I'll raise you because I do believe that Alcorn State is going to win this game. I picked Alcorn State to win this game at the beginning of the season, and I have not seen anything in McNeese that gives me a reason to think that you guys won't beat them down there. Quiet as it's kept, they should have lost week 1 against week 2. No, actually week 1. They played week 0.
Yeah,
they should have lost to Southern.
Yeah.
And so I think that you guys, I'll go with you about a low scoring game.
Yeah.
I don't think the scoreboard is going to get lit up that much, but I think y'all will win a game probably somewhere like, 21-17, somewhere around there. All right, Now let's pop back to the two big ones. The two, one game that is a conference game and one game that isn't. All right, let's talk about Southern and Prairie View. What you got on this one, man?
Big game here. Two teams that I think in the trenches I'm not too impressed with. But with Southern, I picked Southern in this game. I picked Southern in this game, and it sounds kind of crazy, but I picked them because I think they'll come in motivated. After getting an ass whooping like that, I think Graves is the kind of coach. What I think his best skill is motivation. I think Southern gonna come into this game pumped up, fired up to get this W. I think they feel like their backs against the wall, so I'm gonna give them the edge on that. But because I'm not too impressed with Prairie View either, so I think Southern gonna come down and get the win. They have a lot of luck. They have a lot of luck playing up there in Prairie View. So I'm gonna go with Southern in a close one. It's really a coin toss in this one to me. Not too confident in either. Nobody in the West right now, to be honest. So I think this game can go either way.
You know, man, for me, this is a must-win for real for Prairie View. The fact that they already have one loss on the schedule. Man, you said it for me. You said it for me. If they go down 0-2 in the Swac'n in their first 2 games, you're right. You absolutely right, brother. And I think that the fact that their back is against the wall, knowing that they have to have this game, I expect Prairie View to bow up and get this one done. I don't know completely how, because in this series, what could be weird always is weird, and weird occurs. Yeah. It's a fruit play. One team come in, they done whoop somebody the previous week, and then they look like a totally different team the next week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I done seen bad Prairie View teams beat good Southern, and bad Southern beat good Prairie View. So I just think with the pressure that Prairie View knows they have to have this, because if they lose this game, they can forget about winning the SWAC West.
I think it's over.
Like that.
I think it's over. You're right.
Yeah, so I think Prairie View gets it done. I think it'd be a very close game. I think they'll beat them by 7 or less. All right, now the big one in the hole, man. Give it to me.
Grambling and Jackson, the battle of the Tigers. I tell people all the time, man, it's tough to go to that hole and win. It's extremely tough to go to that hole and win. It's tough to do it, but the saving grace when you're going into a tough environment like this is being able to run the ball. And I think Jackson State can run the ball really good, and Grambling's run defense is bad. It's atrocious. It's bad. It's really, really bad. So that leans me towards Jackson. And also the last time Jackson went down there, they beat him in the hole. So I think they kind of got their feet wet in the hole a little bit. That's from a Moxie standpoint. But I got Jackson State winning this because I don't know if Jackson will be able. I mean, Grambling will be able to hold up against Jackson State's run game. I don't know if they'll be able to hold up. I think Jackson State's defense will be able to slow down Miles Crowley enough to where Jackson State will be able to control the clock on offense and run the ball down their throat. So I got Jackson winning because of the running game. I don't think Grambling will be able to hold up in that middle against Jackson State.
So you don't see anything from last night with Grambling, anything from what they did, anything that they showed that could be reason that'll give Jackson State problems here.
Not really. I thought Miles Crawley kind of he got better towards the end, but if he comes out playing like he started this game, it might get ugly in the hole. So I was kind of disappointed with the way Miles Crawley played, but yeah, I got Jackson because Jackson gonna be able to run the ball on him, and I just don't trust Grambling's defense right now.
Yeah, I think Jackson State. I think they get this one done too. I've said for quite a long while, man, that after they lost the first game, when I did my preseason picks, I said after they would lose to Monroe, I said that they will go on a nice long winning streak. And I'm definitely not seeing anything that changes my mind about that now. I think the way that they're running the ball, I think the way that they're playing defense.
Yeah.
I mean, running the ball alone. If Grambling can't stop the run, and everybody knows that was Grambling's weakness on defense last year, and it cost them a lot of the games that they lost. And I think that if they're not going to be able to stop the run again, I think that that's something that Jackson State can probably ride alone and get this one done. I think Jackson State wins this game by probably at least 14.
Yeah,
Grambling
gave up 267 yards on a rushing too last week. So just throw that in.
Yeah, and I had said last year that all the games that they lost, except for the one in the Bayou Classic, they gave up at least 200 yards rushing. So with that, we got another special guest here. I think y'all know this gentleman real well.
G, what's up? Dwayne, what's up?
What's up, bro? Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. Hold on, let me put this thing on. Hold on 1 second. And make sure I'm doing the right things tonight. There we go. All right, we good?
We good.
Yeah, man, we got you. You in full effect, man. You on with a mass of, we got 230 people here watching, man. We got a whole big audience, man. We here on the ride and we having a good time.
What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday, fun day. Man, Sundays are work for me, man. I get started early on Sunday mornings when we do the review and look back at the games. But I do work with the little kids, the little league, the Breck League, with the football games. And so, man, I try to do my part. I officiate high school football here in South Louisiana. And so I go out and do my thing and work with the kids on Sundays. So that's what got me a little tired up today. But, man, listen, I wasn't going to miss this. I had to get in here. My apologies for running a little behind, but here I am.
Hey, here you are. And guess what? Guess where we going now that you here?
Where y'all going?
Last night. You got to talk about it because you got a lot of folk up here. Here is already started as soon as
y'all want to talk about an ass whooping.
They was looking for you.
Listen, one thing people got to learn about Perry White. Through a win and through a loss, it's all the same. Hey, what you say? You win some, you lose some. You live to fight another day. I'm still here. I'm not hiding. I don't go into a cave. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't go into a jaguar den and don't be seen until the next full moon or nothing like that. It is what it is, man. Losses happen. That's what's part of the sport. But I think last night, and do you just want me to jump into it? You want to segue into it?
Jump into it, bro. You're telling it in your own words.
So last night, Southern versus Jackson State, right? Jackson State came out, man, and dominated Southern. It just from start to finish. What I saw last night was simple. Let me keep it simple. It was fundamentals. It started in the trenches, and it started with tackling. I thought last night when it came to the trenches, especially the defensive line for Jackson State, they did a great job of being able to penetrate Southern University's offensive line. They was able to push through. If you watched the game last night, every time, it didn't matter who the quarterback was. If they wanted to hand the ball off to the running back, by the time the running back received the ball and looked up, they was already running straight into a D lineman. Anytime you looked up, the quarterback wanted to step back and throw the ball, he was already headed towards the ground because the D lineman was in his face. Jackson State last night was just physical and nasty in the trenches. Southern had a hard time tackling as well. Plays that went one-on-one, man-to-man, that should have been, hey, wrap up, grab the guy. Jackson State just put a move and was able to extend plays. And then going back through the two-quarterback system, was it Cameron McCoy? You know, they started the game out with him. He got injured. Then they went to Jacoby Morgan. He comes in the game and manages it very well, which I think Jacoby moving forward, it should be, come on, Jackson State. Come on, TC Taylor. The guy is proven. He did what he needed to do. On top of running back by committee. Every time I looked up, there was a new number in the backfield. And welcome back, Herb Mulligan, right? Herb Mulligan, one of my favorite guys in this conference. And I know that's going to be crazy for a lot of people to hear, me being a Southern guy. But when I saw what Herb Mulligan did for that first few games last year, especially in that MEAC SWAC challenge against South Carolina State, the kid is an absolute beast. Last night, you can tell the cobwebs was still there. He didn't get a chance to have that breakout night, right? But he still nonetheless put up 50, just a little over 50 yards rushing, but it was running back by committee when you look at the four other guys that was behind him and what they was able to do, along with the legs of Jacoby and Morgan. And that's the other part where I talk about wrapping up. Jackson State quarterback, even when the pressure was there, was finding a way to step out of the pocket, get out of there and extend plays and do what they needed to do. That was tough to watch for Southern's defense, who I came in pretty high on, right? I came in feeling like Southern's defense, what I saw out of week 1 and week 2 against McNeese and against Savannah State, that this defense could perhaps be one of the top in the conference. But the way I saw them play last night, guys just looked out of position. They couldn't tackle. And as much as they tried to do their best, then you got to account it to the offense. When that O-line is not opening up for the run game to be able to open up the passing game, you force Southern once you saw Xavier and T-Set get hurt. And why did he get hurt? Poor play by the offensive line. The kid was running around all night trying to fend for himself. Then you bring in Noah Biden. Noah Biden, ended the game with 300-plus passing yards. But, what's 300-plus passing yards when you only put up 15 points? What does that do in the grand scheme of things, right? You say, his stats, but then it comes down, that's the individual. What did the team do on top of a costly interception? I just look at this game all around. Southern just flat out got manhandled. It was a physical game. Jackson State showed up looking like they were the physical team. They wanted to show everybody that they were the more physical team. And I get what everybody was saying when you look at them against ULM and then you look at their dominance last week in the 51-point victory against Lane. This week, Jackson State on yesterday showed us that they are a SWAC championship contender in the East. I'm interested now that you see Alabama State falling kind of to the wayside, who lost 12-7 to Samford. They lost now. They're down to that fourth-string quarterback.
Yeah.
Who goes? Mm-hmm. This might be one of the first time I saw a team so high, and now this team might be so low. So to me, after I saw with Jackson State, with their defense and their offense with Jacoby and Morgan, when you look at them offensively with their weapons and you look at the physicality of that team, I have to now thrust them in a position to say between them and FAMU, and I cannot wait until that matchup happens. But Jackson has a huge game this weekend in the hole at Grambling. Nonetheless, this is going to be something, the tale of the tape. But Jackson showed me last night, man, there are no slaps. Don't take them lightly. And hats off to them. I can take an ass whooping. I can take one across the chin if you give me a good one. And that was a good one last night. And I have no doubt about it. It's just telling Jackson State fans and the Jackson State football team, man, well played. That's how you whoop a rival's ass when the time matters and everybody's watching.
So me and G, we were talking about it. So in your words, man, because me and him, we couldn't find none when we were like, where do y'all go from here? So where do y'all go from here, man?
It's a good question, Wayne. If I had the answer, I think I would have been at the practice today, or I've been in the coach. I don't know, man. Where do we go from here? You got to get some form of continuity on that offensive line. Defense is going to do what they can for Southern, right? And that's going to be what Southern hangs his hat on. That's what Southern has hung his hat on for the past 2 years is defense. In this situation, fellas, right now, Southern's offensive line is not allowing Southern to be a run first, pass second, When have you known Southern not to have 100 yards rushing in the game? Let's just start there.
Yeah, that's wild.
The two best rushing teams over the past decade in this conference has been Southern and Alcorn. It has been said, if you want to see how to run the ball, you watch Southern and you watch Alcorn. The fact that Southern as a running back unit, right, as a running back unit, has not eclipsed 100 yards on the season rushing yet really blows my mind. And to see Southern yesterday from the running backs, not even 30 yards rushing. It's been so long. Matter of fact, I can't even tell you. I have to get with Jim and say, Jim, break open the books and let's see when was the last time Southern didn't run for 30 yards in the ball game. It's had to be a long time. To me, guess where that starts? That starts with the offensive line. Yeah. And you saw it last night. Kobe Dillon and Kendrick Grimes are some hard, tough, aggressive runners. They're running as hard as they can straight into a brick wall. And you can see the anger, the being upset in those guys. They're running full speed into a brick wall into nowhere. And that's pretty much been what you've seen all season. This is supposed to be one of the best running back groups in the conference when you look at that room. I also look at the tight ends, Dupree Fuller, Jermaine Minor Jr. I mean, I've still yet, and I've continuously said this publicly, I have not been impressed with Southern's wide receiver crew yet. I mean, I get it. The Chandler Whitfields, the Tyler Kirkwoods of the world, the Darren Morris, you know, Quay Davis. I get it. Names sound good to me. They really do. But unfortunately, the quarterbacks have not been able to give them the ball, and they have not found tricky ways, creative ways to give these guys. I remember when Amari Cooper was at Alabama, everybody was double teaming Amari Cooper in coverage, right? It was hard to get the ball to him. The offensive mind at Alabama said, you know what, let's start finding creative ways to get them the ball. We just can't drop back and throw it to them. They're going to have them covered. I like to see that with this Southern offense. The weapons are there. I can't live and die with Noah Biden. I'm sorry. 300 passing yards yesterday, but still, I cannot live and die by him. I got to find ways to get these guys the ball, but unfortunately, I know it starts with the O-line. And if the O-line is not going to block, if the O-line is not going to open up running lanes, I really don't know where I go from here. And I say all that to say, if I had the answers, Wayne, if I had the answers, G, I promise you, I'll be at Southern University at the A.W. Mumford Fieldhouse tonight, sitting in a meeting with the coaches saying, this is what we need to do heading into Prairie View. I don't have the answers. All I can look at, we got to get better fundamentally. Last night was fundamental football, and I think you saw with Southern, it was a lack of fundamental football, poor tackling, and just poor play when it comes to fundamental from an offensive line.
Okay, now let's approach into the final stages of this ride tonight. We getting ready for the final ride of the night. The gates are getting ready to close. It's getting ready to be late. All right. Now, Perry White and Mr. G, part of the final ride tonight. I'm going to just kind of go rapid fire style. And I'm just going to ask a few questions, and I want y'all to take y'all best guesses. And also those that are watching, I want you to come with me and put it in the comments. All right. Now, better team right now. Better team right now. All right. I'm going to name FAMU and Jackson State. I'm going to go there right now. Better team, FAMU or Jackson State. Mr. G, you are up first.
I'm gonna go FAM slightly because of quarterback Daniel Richardson. I think he's the difference maker. I'm gonna go FAM slightly. I think he makes a difference. I would take Jackson State's offensive line and maybe the defensive line over there, but their quarterback makes a big difference. I'm gonna go with FAMU right now just because of Daniel Richardson.
All right, Perry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with FAMU with the body of work. I mean, they're leading the MEAC right now. They're the top of the MEAC right now. They're 2-0 in the MEAC. They taking down Norfolk State in that first game, which at this point, I don't know how much weight that truly holds after you saw Norfolk get whooped up on by Hampton yesterday. But then having at home where we know Bragg Memorial is a tough place. South Carolina State went up 18-7 in the fourth quarter. I think a lot of people was like, this is the one. It's finally been caught up with them. FAMU found a way to get it done. And then to see them put 9 points on Miami, Miami held Ball State to 0 points this weekend.
They murdered them boys. Shut up. Yeah. All right.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
go
Next
Florida
one.
A&M right now. Jackson State is a team to watch out for.
Yeah.
But I think right now, from what I saw, Florida A&M with the body of work, I had a chance to see them against Norfolk State and South Carolina State. South Carolina State got a win on the road against Citadel 23-20. South Carolina State is no slouch under Chennis Berry. I just think the body of work right now, I would have to give the FAMU at this exact moment going into week 4.
All right. Next one. All right. G, this one is very near and dear to your heart here. All right. Of these two teams, both of these teams, Alabama State and Alcorn, both teams that have pretty good defenses but are struggling very badly on offense. Which team, if any, between the two gets it right first? Perry White, you first.
Which team gets it right between who?
Between Alabama State and Alcorn. They both got good defenses but are struggling mightily on offense.
You cannot negate the fact of when a team is down to a 4th-string quarterback. Yeah. That's tough for anybody. Alcorn still has their top guys. It's just about developing and putting them in the right position. I would go with Alcorn. I think the road is still wide open for Alcorn. For Alabama State, considering the expectation coming into the season, Andrew Body is gone. That is the sole reason everybody put them up there. It was no other reason for Alabama State than the fact that they brought in Andrew Body from Texas Southern. And with Andrew Body gone, with your first, I don't even know what to call Andrew Body. Was he the first string? Was he the second string?
Right.
Yeah, was he the
Great question.
I don't know what he
1A, 1B.
was, but the fact that Andrew Body, now you've lost 3 quarterbacks and you're down to the 4th string quarterback. I'm gonna go with Alcorn because G told me earlier, Alcorn at least can still run the ball. I know Alabama State is going to rely heavily on their defense, but 7 points, I can tell you personally at Southern, seeing that first game against McNeese, you're not going to win many games just scoring 7 points. All right.
I'm gonna do the same, not because I feel overly excited about my offense, but just like P. White said, they down to their 4th-string quarterback, a true freshman quarterback. That's kind of tough. We still got our guys we brought in camp, so I'm gonna go with us, even though I'm not too excited with us right now. I really don't want to give us nothing, but just because they down to their 4th string, I'm gonna give it to us.
Gee, I cannot believe what the hell I'm hearing that you're not too excited about the shit that you created. You created this, G. This is all your world. You don't like your world that you have created?
I still love it. I just want to see him fix it. That's what I think he's good at, correcting issues, and I want to see him correct it.
Wayne, this is what he wanted.
Yep, this is what I wanted.
This is still what I want. I said, man, you smiling, you happy. He said, man, this is a fake smile. What the hell?
Yeah, he said it earlier in the show.
I've been snake filing. Yeah, I've been snake filing
when he said that.
I can't believe it, man. I can't believe you, D.
Hey,
yeah.
Shout out.
He got to get it right.
Girl. Shout out to my girl. She loves D. Here you go, Perry.
I think she loves me. Yeah. She like that chemistry. We all right. I'm gonna get back on there with her, man. She was coming at me hard and tough, man. I had to, but I enjoy her show. I mean, regardless of what people think, man. Listen, I always tell people this, man. We're on here, right? Anybody that know me in real life, Gene, you saw me Friday night. Right. Appreciate it, man. I'm a real chill, cool dude, man. But when I come on here, man, this for the. We're trying to get the views up, baby.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Right. That's all you gotta understand. This is entertainment.
But I try to be respectful, especially to a lady, man. Much shout out to her and her show, man. But when it's rivalry week, fuck it. It is what it is. It is what it is. When it's Southern and Jackson State, I don't know no other way to put it. And G, I'm sure you'll be that way that last game.
Yes, indeed. I can't wait.
Alcorn and Jackson State.
I don't care what the record is. I can't wait.
I know. When I had that debate show at the end between Jackson and Alcorn, oh my God, I know.
It's gonna get crazy. That's what I love to do. That's what I'm good at.
That might break the internet that night, man. Y'all gonna be going, man. Shoot, I'm gonna have to put a time limit on that.
Hey, I had to take my L, man. Look, Jackson got me, man. It hurt. 5 in a row. How about that? Shout out to Jackson State getting whooped our ass 5 in a row. They constantly keep trying to make me forget about that streak we had from 2013 to 2021. They trying to make me forget it by constantly adding. They chipping away. And it's like COVID is like that area where it's like the Great Wall of China.
Yep.
It's this side and that
And
side.
that side.
It's like everything on that side before COVID, they don't want to remember that. That's over. But everything on this side, they making me remember it, and I have to be able to keep looking at it. So 5 in a row, my God. I'm sick
All right.
tired of it.
The next piece of the last ride tonight. All right. Y'all get to pick 2 players. All right. 1 offense, 1 defense. Give me right now who is your SWAC offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year in the clubhouse right now. G, you first.
I'm gonna go Daniel Richardson offense. Defensively. It would have been Kelby Gibbons before this weekend. It would have been Kelby Gibbons before this weekend. It's a tough one.
Shit, because I don't really be knowing them defensive guys like that unless they, especially this early. I don't know.
It might have to be Nobles from Jackson State, Malachi Bailey from Alcorn. I don't know.
Well, Perry, you know you got offense. So what you think about offense?
I'm going Richardson. I like Richardson, man. I had an opportunity to interview him about 2 weeks ago and have a chance to talk to him. And what I told him, what I like about him is he's keeping his eyes down the field. You ever watched him when he stands tall in the pocket and he runs out, but his head remains high? I like a quarterback that look for plays down the field because he's not so quick to run out the pocket and try to scramble. He's still looking to make plays. That's a quarterback. I think a lot of quarterbacks these days, they look up and then when they look down, they never look back up again. They only look at intermediate and looking for running lanes. Daniel Richardson looks up at all times, and when he comes out, his head is high, and you can see it. He's observing the field, looking for receivers down the field. That's what gives FAMU's offense that big play, explosive plays that they get. Defense.
I tell you what, I'll revise it. You're right, Mr. Kincaid. I'll revise it. All right, G, give me your watch list. Give me your watch list of guys on offense and defense. Give me your watch list. And then Perry, you do the same thing. Give me let's go offense first. Watch list. And let's limit it to 5 guys here. Watch list 5 guys on offense first. G, go.
I like quarterback Jacoby and Morgan from Jackson. If they go ahead and give it to him. Like I said, Daniel Richardson. Miles Crawley, if he can get things right at Grambling, that'll be 3. My sleeper would be KJ Cooper from Texas Southern. And I probably round it out with it's gonna sound crazy, but you might like this, Wayne. Duke Miller from A&M.
Yeah, he been doing it so far. All right, Perry, your offensive watch list, 5 dudes.
You got me thinking because shit, I'm trying to figure it out. 5 guys. Offense. I'm gonna tell you, I like Herb Mulligan at Jackson State. I think what I saw last year. Now, unfortunately, I keep basing everything off of what I saw last year. But if Herb Mulligan can live up to what I saw those first few games, I thought he should have been maybe all SWAC coming into this season. But of course, he didn't have, he didn't play the rest of the season. Donovan England. At Alabama A&M. He's the guy I'm looking at the running back position. Maybe Miles Crawley, Jacoby Morgan. Yeah. I think Jacoby Morgan has the ability to be a big-time player in this conference. From what I saw yesterday, I would have to put him there. I like Jacoby and Morgan. You're right about Duke Miller at Alabama A&M. What's the kid at Prairie View? Shamar.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Shamar.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, he's a baller. Being early right now, those are the guys I would go with. And Gassett, Florida A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good one.
Jamar Gassett. Yeah. Okay, let's flip it.
Defense.
All right, now let's flip it to defense, and then this will be our last question of the night. Defensive watch list. G, you got it. 5 guys.
I like James Ash from FAMU,
FAMU.
defensive tackle. Josh Noble from Jackson. Samarian Edwards from Alcorn. Kelby Givens from Southern, and probably Jacob Williams from Texas Southern.
Okay, Perry.
I'm gonna go Kelby Givens. Of course, I got to start there. He's a playmaker. I'm gonna tell you somebody who jumped on my list last night. Wiggins from Jackson State. DB. I'm trying to think of Wiggins' first name. What is Wiggins' first name, man? Listen, huh?
Kedrick Wiggins, I think. Kedrick.
Man, listen. I saw him on one drive, Southern offensively. He knocked the hell out of Dupree Fuller, made Dupree Fuller check out the game. And on the very next play, went down the field. They sent it right up the sideline. That's him. Knocked the pass down. The kid was all over the field. I like Wiggins. He's a playmaker. That's a kid last night I had to see up close and personal. I became a fan of his. I think at the same time, Andrew Jones, Grambling State. Who I'm looking for at Alabama State is Rico Dozier.
Yeah. Rico Dozier, yeah.
Transferred from UAPB. You know,
he's been a tackling machine, man.
Yeah. Shit, that might be all I got for you right now.
Well, I tell you what I got, man. You know, I'm with y'all about on offense with Daniel Richardson and Crawley. I like Irv Mulligan. I also like Duke Miller. He's been pretty good. Also, you guys talked about PV's top receiver. He's been pretty good. And then on defense, man, hey, Ron Williams, you named another. This is one of my guys, man. Kendall Bowler. Yeah, he's another dude. He's real. I also like James Burgess at Alabama State. I mean, you could pick a lot of dudes. Kelby Givens. I mean, even though Southern didn't get the win last night, Kelby Givens still did have his name called at least a few times, which is all right. But you know, this is gonna be a good season, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to when we get into SWAC play for real, and you know, it's all really getting its first taste of it really this weekend because with Southern, you boys playing Prairie View, that's a big one right off the top. And Perry, before you came on, we had said that this is pretty much win or the season for Prairie View because we all believe if they go 0-2, there ain't no coming back from that. So your keys, man, of that trip, man, down there to Prairie View for y'all.
Oh, it's so early, Wayne. Damn, I'm still recovering from still got bandages on me, man. God dog, I'm still bleeding through my shirt, man. Come on, man. But keys to the game, I would give you 3. Fix the O-line is 1. That O-line has to be fixed. If you don't fix that O-line, it's gonna be a long season for Southern. I can't live with quarterbacks throwing the ball all over the field all day. We saw that early yesterday, those 3 and outs on those possessions, 3 and outs on those possessions, 3 and out on those possessions. I can say that all day. You give the opposing team too many opportunities, and if you can find a balanced offense like Jackson who can run and throw it, it'll make it a tough day for you. And I'm just saying just at least can just do a little bit. Southern's defense is still tough. But I'm going to say clean up the O-line. Fundamentally sound offensive line. That O-line got to get in the lab. I don't know what they got to do. We have continued to see that trajectory of the offensive line go this way, and that's down since Chennis Berry, who was the former offensive line coordinator at Southern University, since dipped and went to Benedict and now South Carolina State. Defense, I'll go defense. Make the damn tackle. Can I say it that way?
Yeah.
Make the damn tackle. Anybody watched the game last night? You said that was all I kept hearing. Make the damn tackle. So why not make that a key? Make the damn tackle.
All right.
And I got one more for you. It's going to be on the coaches, this one. This one's on the coaches because last night I saw a team get out coach who's supposed to have experience. I would say when it comes to the coaches, as a key to the game, take what the opposing team give you. Don't force it. Last night looked like I saw a lot of force, and it's when you see that script, and sometimes you just force feed the script instead of seeing what the defense is giving you, is just say, hey, let's just take what we can get, especially in times of trouble. The quarterback who you started, Xavier and TSU, gets hurt. You put out Noah Biden. Take what they give you. Start to make adjustments to what you see, what the defense has. In the same way on the other side for us defensively, slow it down. Pay attention to what Prairie View's offense is going to try to want to do out there. Prairie View is no world beater on offense. When was the last time have you seen Prairie View just with a solid quarterback, right? We know what they want to do. They want to run the ball. They're going to try to establish themselves as a running team. And if they can have success, and for me, take what the opposing team give. That'll be my 3 keys. So clean up that offensive line, make the damn tackle, and take what the opposing team give. If you can get those 3 phases, I think you'll start to see Southern get an inch towards a little bit better. But right now, if they don't follow that, it's going to be a tough day.
I hear you. All right. So now that we've had this show, everybody, so for myself, for me, Wild Wayne, this is my 2nd edition here of The Ride. Those of you that have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Wild Wayne Cartwright, make sure you do that. I've got some shorts, some 10 minutes. Y'all know those predictions that I like to do. Everybody come on over. We got a lot of stuff going on. G, tell everybody where to find you, my brother.
Swac'n the Fool, anywhere, anything. Just type in Swac'n the Fool or Big Bad Braves, and I should pop up. You can say it in the mirror, Big Bad Braves 3 times. I might pop out at you. I ain't gonna be smiling because we don't look too good right now, but I'm still gonna pop out. That's it.
Yes, sir. Perry, how can they continue to follow you, my brother?
Oh man, I'm all over the place, man. You can follow me at my own thing, On the Yard Network. I'm all over social media, X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So you can subscribe and follow on all of those, On the Yard Network, as well as I do the Jaguar Journal every Saturday on 107.3 FM in the Baton Rouge capital city area. You can hear me throughout the state of Louisiana if you turn your radios on. And if you're not in the radio listening area, you can also follow the Jaguar Journal on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So you can subscribe there and follow there, as well as I'm on Monday nights with my man Scotty on Off Script. We do a show, Outspoken, every Monday doing a recap of stuff. So I'm kind of there, here, and everywhere. And on Tuesdays, I do a show with Roger Kadar, Coach Roger Kadar, former Southern University head baseball coach. He's a National College Baseball Hall of Famer. He and I do a live show every Tuesday called Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Kadar and Perry White. You can find that on YouTube as well, and subscribe also. And then we do, on Sundays, Wayne. G, I've been fooling with y'all the past couple weekends, man. On Sundays, at 9 a.m. on my On the Yard Network, we do a recap. So I love to have you guys back. And I've enjoyed having you too, man. And fun, what they say, funny running into you guys again.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then also, y'all, everybody, I do got to do this. This is from my From the Hill podcast, folks. Just bear with me for about 30 seconds.
Coming up on the next episode of From the Hill podcast, A&M grad and VP of Sales for Beyond Trash LLC, Nelson McLeod Jr. Plus, quarterback from A&M football, Quad Brown. And we'll do our weekly SWAC picks and get you all caught up on all other fall sports. Won't you join us live Tuesday, September 17th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. It's fun. It's you. It's us. It's From the Hill podcast.
Yeah, so that's my other show with shout out to my From the Hill podcast crew. Both of you guys have been on there before too. So, man, everybody, this has been an awesome time. And, G and Perry, I appreciate both of y'all for joining me on this wonderful wild ride tonight.
I appreciate both of y'all for having me on y'all platforms too. So I appreciate it.
I ain't from Swac'n the Fool ever gave me a call, man.
I thought you have been on there before. You ain't never been on there?
I ain't never been on Swac'n the Fool.
Whenever you ready. I thought you been on.
I ain't never Swac'n the Fool with y'all before.
You gotta come on there then. I don't know why I thought you gotta
They'll
come
get
on
him
there.
on. Y'all get him on.
He
But
got
yeah,
enough with J-Max when it comes to that. So, see, he ain't trying to get jumped, that's all.
I'll be getting triple
With him.
team.
I know what he's doing. But see, look, I've been fooling with G a long time. Before all of this stuff that we doing today,
Yeah.
this dude was a fool. He was the real life Swac'n the fool in those groups, man. This dude was different, man. He was the original antagonizer. You know, but have you seen what Avis looked like in person yet?
never, man.
No.
And I'd love to.
Never.
Hey,
I still ain't found him.
Avis,
I still ain't
if
found
you watching out there, Avis, you have a personal invitation from me to come on the ride. I just look, even if you don't want to show your face, if you want to just come on here with your voice, you have a personal invitation.
Anybody
I've
ever
never
heard
seen
his
the
voice
dude
before?
Never heard him. Never seen him. Never heard him. And I've been talking for years. This go back 20 years.
It's been that long?
It's been 20 years for me since I've been arguing with Avis. Since 20 years back when the HBCU sports had the what you call the message boards. We were
Yeah, the
arguing
message
on.
board, yeah.
I
Let
was
me
a
ask you
kid.
this, G. In your opinion, real quick, this Swac'n the fool. Give me your best impersonation of what you think he sound like.
I think he got listen. I think he got a real high pitched voice.
What he sound like, G?
Hey, I'm Avis. Hey, I'm Avis. Go Jackson. Go Jackson. I think he got a real high pitched voice. That's why he don't want to come on. It's something. He got a real anybody that talk noise. Like we on a video platform now. You know what I'm saying? Times are expanding. He's still stuck on the message board, and I think it's because he got a high pitched voice. So prove me wrong, Avis.
wow,
And
man.
he won't show his face. His profile pic always something crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, they say Avis look like E40. He got the glasses and everything. I mean, man, I want to know the dude. I
I
gotta
got
see him.
to believe it, man. Was he heavy set?
I've never seen him.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Avis look like, man.
Look, man. She giving all the support. Done seen him at the SWAC basketball tournament.
Did you take a
Look,
picture?
said, I
of
used to
CW?
work with him.
Oh man.
You got to tell me what he looked like. I've been curious. He's like a mystical figure. I don't know what the hell he looks like.
He's been doing it for so long.
You know what? I for the longest, I thought he was AI. I didn't even believe it.
Me too.
I thought he was a bot. I thought he was one of these bots that just troll all day. I didn't even think he was real. Clearly, he's real. And he always after me. He called Southern the band school. Look, and anyway, but y'all beef is real, G.
Yeah,
Wait,
I think
how you stay out of these beefs? Where you been? How you don't be in none of these beefs?
Wayne's starting to get pulled into a couple of them.
Yeah, Wayne, how you look?
Folk been coming for me. Hey, look, man. Roderick Crook, man. He coming for me now. He been coming for you. He been coming for you too. You know what, G? He been coming for you, man. He leave the messages all up on there, man.
Hey, that internet beef in the SWAC be real. Man.
It be real. Yeah.
Do you think Ruff in the SWAC has lost his luster?
I think it has.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think it has. I think it has. I really because I remember back in the day it was wild. So now I think it's lost its luster. But I think it's because all of us met each other now. I think we all met each other and we kick it now. Back in the day, nobody really knew too many from the other, so it was real.
We gotta remain like Avis. We gotta just be just a mystery.
Yeah, you got to remain a mystery, dude.
Avis, you do a great job. I probably saw Avis yesterday and I didn't even know.
Look at that. Said we ain't seen him since 10 p.m. last night.
Oh my god. Yeah,
man.
Man, that used to be a place. I mean, I swear, the Rough and the SWAC. Ever since your dude, remember your dude? Is he still in there? Did they boot him out?
I think he's still in there.
Okay. Well, I just want to know what's going on in there, man. They used to be a real battleground right there. I used to enjoy that, man. You could scroll all day up in there and read.
Yes, indeed, all day.
Yeah. Well, you gotta find you some beef. I guess she loves D and me. We got a little beef right now. Everybody seems to be egging that on right now. I don't know what's going on, but that might be the little beef going on right now. Wayne, you gotta find you some beef with somebody.
Well, you know, she loved these. She coming on Thursday night for me. She gonna be a part of the debate against Grambling. So that's gonna be my next platform show on Thursday night. That's gonna be the debate. But as far as beat go, man, we working on it. We working on it. We working on it.
Good luck to Buddy.
Yeah.
We working on it. But
you might want to find a woman to go because it's tough.
It's tough. Yes.
Guys going up against women, man.
It's tough.
Women can say something, then you got to kind of be reserved, bro. It's tough. I ain't gonna lie. Would you agree?
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, I think it's tough going up against women because you know I'm a wild and I'm a troll, but then I'll be having to watch what I say because I don't want to be like, yeah, this a lady, you know, and I don't mean no harm, you know. So
it's all love.
It's all love.
I guess that y'all think
that's a good
everybody.
You know, hey.
I was with let me blow you. I kicked it with, hung out with Zoe, Ken, and TD yesterday. So that just tell you, man, it ain't no issues.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I was looking for you. She loves you. Where you was at? She ain't come to the game. I was looking for her, but you know, I kicked it with they call it the mass meeting crew, man. So we all good, man. We all understand. Everybody know when we get together, man, it's all good, man. It's nothing but love. Wayne, I got to meet you in person, man. Now, I met it, Wayne. Where you gonna be?
No, November 2nd, man. Come to Huntsville.
I have to meet you somewhere else. You got to come to like the homecoming, the Bayou Clackboard. Alabama A&M is the only. I've been to every school in the SWAC. Huntsville, Alabama A&M is the only school I have not been to. November, man. If y'all lose to Austin P, Florida A&M, and Jack, count me out. I remember that was my stipulation. If y'all beat Florida A&M and Jackson State, I'm there.
Oh man, you should come regardless, man. You know your boy BJ and Trey Mill and Kendrick and Kedrick and all of they all coming.
They Southern looking right now. I don't even know. By that point, they may count themselves out. Unfortunately, I don't know.
Well, that's what's up, man. So, but yeah, man. So this is the show, y'all. And like I said, make sure y'all hit subscribe to everything, and you know, everybody travel safely, have a good time this week, and you know, the games will be coming right back around on Saturday. So it's much love to everybody in the SWAC, no matter where you are, no matter where you from. And this ride, the wild ride, it's always gonna continue. The ride.